Welcome back to Tactical Reboot. Tom is not with us today, but I brought in my sister Marie to help with the voices for Doki Doki.
Hello.
So, we've just left Sayori's house and found out that she has a depression problem.
Severe depression.
And he's on his way to go work on a project with Yuri.
Which is creepy.
So, let's find out what's about to happen.
On my way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Yuri is right. I shouldn't be worried too much that we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. How can you do that after someone just told you they're manically depressed? I think she did that on purpose. She's a freaking cockblock. And as I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Thank goodness.
You're a little early.
I'm sorry. I wasn't home yet.
Yeah, that's
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me.
Good point.
If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should come more common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside.
Well, at least he's figuring it out.
Right, I think he's starting to catch on. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it will be fine.
I take Yuri to my room, and the first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
Aha! I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you to do.
No. It would be really embarrassed if my room was a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean.
Ah, that would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatch Yuri's wrist, which in the process of opening a desk drawer.
Which was in the process
of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry.
That's where I keep my sex toys.
I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out and trying to search your room for clues.
Yeah, right? That's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements?
You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles.
Oh, wow. We're going that far into this. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far.
Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's so easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so? That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax? I brought some things for relaxation.
I bet you did.
I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Let's see.
Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though?
That's what we want to
I know, right?
Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils.
Oh.
How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Oh, the bathroom smells bad. I don't know. Not familiar at all.
Oh, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body.
Yes, weed does that.
Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes a cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through the small hole in the top, and I get the giggles. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for?
This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yes, and gives me the munchies. Yeah, well, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems?
Yeah, sounds great. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with everything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several pools of thin ribbon. She's gonna tie my ass up.
Right?
What are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over there.
We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh, yeah? What will those be used for?
Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain.
That's kind of cool.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's very creative. I had no idea you were so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so?
No, I'm lying.
Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it.
Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe this excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys.
Here's a marker, Sasha. You can write any character you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
All right. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels the long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. Oh, didn't she do something with the beach? The blade itself is gently tinted blue. Ah, beach.
I don't know where you're going with this.
What poem she had? Remember the beach poem that she had? The waves? The blade itself is gently tinted blue. There's waves on the blade.
Oh, good catch. I didn't even thought of that.
That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks very fancy.
Well.
Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
You're going to think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know.
If you promise you won't be weirded out.
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe? What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me.
You're damn skippy. No, I'm not laughing at you at all. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing things. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Haha. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that.
It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hand. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its shape, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Sasha? Why did you do that?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. No shit.
Really? A knife that sharp? Get out of town.
It can cut through skin like it's paper.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look.
Ah.
She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Aha! Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Are we starting to get creepy again? I feel the tongue curl around my finger. Startled, and instinctively pull my hand back.
Oh. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
She's a vampire.
I am a vampire.
Yuri lowers her head and her face is burning up. Yuri?
That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry.
Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I'll do it anyways. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return? My goodness.
Sasha! Did you really just do that?
Never even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Sasha.
Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri's calling me weird? I have no response to that.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension is quickly lifting. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks so great. Good thing coming up with this, Yuri.
Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task?
Yeah, let's do it. Pinterest rocks. Now, what do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets.
Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets.
We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us?
Of course not.
Like a little puppy?
Yeah. 6 cups of water, right? I got it. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted.
Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use the small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. Who has bathroom cups? I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips and bring it back into my room. Yuri?
Yes?
I come to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve and pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. It's too hot in here or anything.
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint.
Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets and dropping them into the water.
So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner.
Gradient.
Okay. Starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner.
In blood!
We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom.
Ah, neat. What are you going to write?
Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you.
Yuri smiles at me. You'll say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on the opposite sides and we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses the brushes and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as the color guide when we paint. It kind of reminds me of an elementary school. Painting on the banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
Dude, she reads my mind. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too.
Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself.
For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she is coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew
you'd understand.
Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers.
Kaya!
So sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hand in surprise. Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me.
No, it's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and cheek.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel for you right away. I rush out of the and fetch a small towel, and then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel.
Ah,
Is something wrong?
it's hot. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist.
Wait,
Eh?
just for a little longer. It feels really nice.
Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. An intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped in her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Aw, are they gonna kiss?
Ah,
Yuri slowly pulls away.
sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out.
It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Ah, lame. Yuri picks up her brush again. But her movements seem clumsier than she's unable to focus. She remains silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly to retrieve my own brush and continuing following Yuri's example. See, I'm like flabbergasted too. I can't believe they didn't kiss.
Right?
Well, that shouldn't do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it is very pretty and natural looking.
I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results.
Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the letters now?
Not yet. It needs to dry first.
That's true, but won't that take a while?
Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay?
That's totally fine.
Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here.
Phew.
You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit?
No, it's not that. It's that I gotta jack off in the bathroom. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done.
I see. I am, too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon.
You don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work.
Well,
Yuri thinks to herself.
I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well.
Probably my fault. Sorry for being so slow a worker.
No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done right.
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her
thing, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out of the front door.
Thank you very much for having me today.
No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there is anything else you'll need me to bring tomorrow.
I will. Well then,
Yuri fidgets.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait. I kind of say it without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say.
You're very thoughtful, Sasha.
Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand.
I kinda like that about you.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back.
Celery!
Eh? Oh!
Ah!
See, cock block.
Hi, Sasha!
Yuri?
Well, I think that's gonna have to be it for today.
Yeah.
But it looks like this should be more interesting as we pick up in the next episode.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks for joining us on Tactical Reboot. If you have something to convey, leave a comment. And
don't forget to like and subscribe.
bye-bye.